Hey everyone, it is Charles Rose with Faith, Family, Freedom. We are here back recording from my midterm rental. We're going to switch it up a little bit today just so you all can hang out with us and don't get too bored. Today we're going to talk about some tips for new fathers. And these tips can really be used for new parents, but I'm going to kind of help my brothers out today on this video. So first of all, I am a new father, so I am still learning everything. I am not an expert by any means, but I'm just gonna share with you as I go along the process and share with you some tips along the way. So number one, I would say is be extremely supportive for your wife. Like the process of giving birth, the process of pregnancy, like that is something that as guys, like we will never truly understand. We'll never experience that. Never. Like not even, I know people try to do all kind of crazy things this day, if a guy wants to be a woman, but you'll never experience what a woman experiences. I would say be supportive, completely be there for them. I mean, their body is going through so many hormonal changes and so many things are going on during the pregnancy, during the birth, and even after. Some women even go into postpartum depression. So you be there for her throughout the whole moment. Like even if she tells you she hates you, like, okay, if you hate me, I love you. Or she tells you, I'm leaving, to ask her, where are we going? I'll pack my bags too. Where are we going? Because don't let her leave you in that moment. So be supportive to the mother, be supportive to the child. You help and do whatever you can, even if you have to hold the baby for your wife to take a shower, take a rest, you be that full support, okay? And then the second thing I want to say is listen, right? It sounds so simple, but so many of us, we have an issue with listening. Either our mind is someplace else or we're not like even physically there to listen. It could be that, whilst our wife is talking to us, we're texting or doing other things. Or sometimes you're sitting right in the front of her and your mind is completely someplace else and you're really not listening. So when you listen, you're listening completely to figure out what is it on her heart, what are some things you can help with, what are some ways that you can support. So listen throughout that whole period. That's going to help you. You're going to get some nuggets along the way and you're going to get some brownie points. And then the third thing I would say is don't feel like you have to figure it all out. Like this is something that we're going to forever be figuring it out. I've always asked, I believe in like seeking wisdom from a multitude of counselors, like the Bible says. And I always ask people who's been in a marriage for a long time, or maybe someone who has kids who are doing very well. And I ask them, like, what's the secret? What's your tip? What's your advice? And one of the biggest things I hear from them too is don't feel like you have to figure everything out or have it all figured out. And they always tell you too that every child is different. Not because you raise one kid up this way, you may raise the other kid up this way. Like you want to focus on that child individually as a person. They are literally, God says we are fearfully and wonderfully made. We are unique. We are perfectly designed by God. Like if you go down to the genetics and genes and DNA sequences, like each of us have a unique design. And that's why many governments, they take your fingerprint, through the immigration process, because each of us are designed differently, right? Or they take your eyes, they do an eye scan, because each of us are designed differently. So we're all different. So each child is different. Don't feel like you have to figure it out all on your own and have it all figured out. Seek out counselors, seek out wise people, seek out people who are successful in that area, right? I want to also let you know, and this is something that seems simple, but I can't tell you how many people take advice from people they shouldn't take advice from. So if someone is not successful in the area that you need advice in, I'm sorry, we'll love them, we will respect them, but we will not take their advice. If your parents went through, 5 divorces or whatever, multiple, and I'm not speaking down on anyone, because I don't know what people went through. And some people go through a divorce, it is not their fault. Some things happen in that relationship. So I'm not knocking down any type of relationships. I'm still learning everything. But if someone is not successful in that area, then you should not take advice from them. So it's like if you're struggling with math and I'm struggling with math too, we can't help each other, okay? So I want to say, seek advice from people who are successful in that area already. So those are the key tips, right? So be supportive, listen, and don't feel like you have to have it all figured out. Seek advice. All right, I will see you all on the next video. We're gonna have lots of content to help you in the area of faith, family, and freedom. If you like what you see, post in the comments below. I want you to post something that works for you as a new parent if you're watching this video, or some of you who are maybe you have some fears, maybe you have some questions. Post it in the chat. We want to